was it
Bro, why
cartoon?
do I feel like I recognize you?
Of course you recognize me. Have you heard of the name Hassanaat?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that you?
Yes, yeah, akhi.
Okay, akhi. Bismillah. تفضل أخ.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. Listen,
Barakallah.
akhi. I'm gonna be straight with you, akh. I don't know your story, but I've only heard bad things. But Bismillah. تفضل.
Do I blame you? Do I blame you?
تفضل أخ. I don't know you. Like I said, I don't know your story. So Bismillah. تفضل.
Lad, it's a long story, akhi.
خير إن شاء الله. What you got for me, akh?
No, I thought I'd just join. I thought I'd just check what you're doing. Okay, yeah, I just followed you yesterday. I haven't even heard of you. I was like, oh, this guy's good. My brother sent me a post of yours.
Okay.
Like, because we're going through some difficulties in terms of having agreements with Abdullah. Have you heard of Abdullah?
Bro, I don't keep up with the Joneses, so I don't really know. No, who's Abdullah?
Abdullah is the mother of my children and still
Okay.
my wife. But she's, an independent woman, strong and
Oh,
alone.
okay. Okay, mashallah.
And I've been able to see my children for about 1.5 years now.
Ooh, what's going on there, akhi?
Well, so since an online scandal kicked off about 1.5 years ago,
Yeah.
she was taken away by her parents forcefully, right?
Right.
And her brother. So her brother forced her to make a so-called confession video
Right.
under blackmail by, I don't know if you have heard this brother called Moinul Abu Hamza.
I don't think so, akhi. I don't think so.
Yeah, some guy, he called himself Mufti Moinul. Yeah. So he blackmailed them, saying, your daughter must confess to such and such, or,
Right.
this guy's going to prison. She's going to go in with him. He's a rapist, he's a killer, he's this, he's that. He's
Right.
got a lot of crimes. So she made a confession video saying, after speaking to Ustad Moin and my family, I decided to tell everyone the truth. Hassanaat was an agnostic. Yes, I was at a certain point in my life.
Right.
So yeah, I went through some difficulties in terms of my iman. About, I think, 3 years ago or so.
Okay.
I was quite bad. I was really bad, really, really bad. Like at one stage, like kufr to an extent that's unimaginable. So
Well,
yeah.
how did you come back, akh? How did you come back around?
Well, I had to be humbled with my health. Me thinking that I'm above everyone in terms of my intelligence, the sharpness of my brain, how clever I am, and thinking that all of this. A lot of things in Islam, it didn't make sense to me, and my heart didn't feel at ease. I mean, it's been there since I was a child, but you say "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim" to those things, isn't it? So,
No.
yeah, at one stage, it really caught up with me, some of these doubts, especially with the topic of qadr and a lot of the things when it comes to morals as, portrayed by the West.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what caused me to sort of like leave my faith. So, at one stage, well, it all started off like this, when it comes to qadr, I was watching the news, and I always see like news of pedophilia and stuff like that. So I was like, so I saw the news like on a man keeping his daughter under a bunker or a basement for about 14 years, raping her. She had children, and those children he raped as well. Things like that. So I was like, I stood up and I was like, I said the worst words you could say, regarding Allah. I was like, why would God let that happen at that time? Yeah. So my wife, she was like, astaghfirullah, say a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I was like, no, I'm not going to say that. So after that, doubts just started, getting bigger and bigger. Me thinking like, so there's all these good people in the world, from all different walks of life, religion, cultures, backgrounds. Why would they deserve to burn in hell? I mean, I know that Allah doesn't. I know that from Islam we are taught that, you don't go. You're not placed in Jahannam until proof is established upon you, and Allah is fair and Allah is just. But that's not something that my heart felt settled with as an answer at the time.
Okay.
So I continued to deviate further and further away from the truth. Then I went to a stage that was really bad. I started resenting my creator. And so I was like begging Allah. I was like, well, I don't know what the truth is. I need to find the truth. I don't want to just follow what I was brought up upon, you know, in terms of my religion or my background. I want to find the truth for what it is. I know there's a creator. All of this can't come from nothing.
Yeah.
But I want to find the truth for myself. So I was like, so instead of praying in Arabic, although I do understand Arabic, and I understand the Quran, you know, I memorized a huge portion of the Quran. So I was like, well, I'm gonna express myself to Allah in the language that I communicate in best, which is English at the moment. So I was like, oh God, you know, just guide me, God, guide me. I was like begging, crying Allah, crying in sujood. I wasn't praying, but I was just in sujood, like asking Allah, like, oh Allah, guide me, just give me a sign. Like, I'm so lost. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I want to know the truth. I want to follow the truth. I want to be on the truth. Yeah, so like I never experienced jahiliyyah as such. Like, you know how the youth they grow up and then they experience, like, you know, during their teenage years, smoking weed, alcohol, or free mixing, partying, stuff like that. I've never experienced that kind of stuff in my youth. So my mother, she brought us up really practicing. Like, she taught me the Quran at a really young age. She used to always have Abdul Basit Abdul Samad playing, you know, on the tape. I grew up without electricity and stuff like that in Bangladesh. So I came here when I was 10. So, you know, from there onwards, I studied in madrasa in this country. I forgot my point. I lost track of what I was saying.
Well, you were saying that you haven't seen your kids for 18 months.
Yeah. So anyway, the scandal kicked off, right? So I had a change in faith. I came back to the deen. After that,
so tell me your journey back to the deen then. I know I recognize your face from. I saw one of Muhammad Hijab's videos go viral. That's
So you're finished.
Right. Yeah. Tell me how you came back to the deen then. What was that journey like?
Yeah. So what happened there was in February last year. No, January the 27th. Right. Before that, I started having problems with my stomach. I started vomiting blood, right, for a good 2 months or so. But even then, like, well, I believed in Allah, I believed in Islam, but I wasn't praying or practicing as such. So on the 27th of January, the police, they were looking for me because the social services, they wanted to take away my daughter, right? So police were looking for me. They couldn't find me. I made them go around the whole country, right? So they were really embarrassed. And at that time, I'm having huge issues with my health. So then, right at a moment where they came into the address, right, I made strong links with the neighbors. So every time they'd come, police come, we'd disappear into the neighbor's house and they wouldn't know where we went, right? So on the last occasion where they came on the 27th at 10 a.m., yeah, 2 minutes before they came in, my stomach bursted because there was too much acid in my stomach, yeah?
Right.
It bursted and I was on the floor, like, screaming, crying. My wife's like, you know, like, say your shahada, like, repent to Allah. I was like, I can't breathe. So at that time, the police, they burst in. So she hid in with the neighbors, innit, because they want to take my daughter.
Right.
Because of some of these false allegations that are on the internet. So after that, I was like, whoa, it hit me right there. Like, I'm about to die. That's it. I'm gone. I'm dead. I'm not invincible. I'm not so amazing like I think I am. So yeah, there it hit me. I was like, whoa, I've got to humble myself. I got to go back to what I was, a humble servant, because I am nothing. In reality, when you think about it, and I remember reading from the past in my youth, reading that, you know, you are nothing. You're just a human being. You are just the result of two people who had pleasure. You know, you come from nothing. Allah brought you from nothing, and because you grew, and because Allah gave you aql, intellect, to think, and to, you know, be grateful to Him, instead you became blown up with your arrogance and ego.
Arrogant over what, Akh?
Thinking that you understand the world and that you can make sense of everything. Do you understand? Like, you can make sense of everything, or you can find a reason for why everything exists, or a certain ruling is that way in the religion, right, or a certain event happened in such and such way. Do you understand?
And where are you at now with your deen? Tell me that journey now. Where are you at right now?
Now, alhamdulillah, I'm at a really good place. I would like to consider myself, you know. I mean, I do the bare minimum, alhamdulillah. I try to pray 5 times a day, Fajr is a struggle sometimes. Apart from that, I think I excel in birr al-walidain. I'm on really good terms with my parents, with my relatives, ties of kinship. So, you know, I'm trying to perfect my manners. My younger brothers, I'm trying to work on them.
Well, you don't need me to tell you, but with Salah, there is no try. Do or do not, there is no try.
Yes,
so there's no struggling.
Correct.
5 times a day, you know, I don't need to tell you. It looks like you already know. But as I'm talking to you, I'm getting memories coming back to me. So as seeing as we're talking, you know, I don't know your story. All I know is what I heard of the grapevine, and frankly, I don't even care. But seeing as we're here, we're talking, there have been some allegations made about you taking the people's money and so on. There's a few people on the live right now. What would you like to tell those people? Because, you know, if you're in the right, then you should defend yourself.
I did. And so I did. You know what the funny thing is, Yahi? Now, this scandal, it blew up and it attracted about 40 million people to look into it, right? And at the time,
I'd like to say, for those watching the live, 40 million people. Have you not got more important things to do with your own life, people? Like,
that's my
seriously.
point. Now, that's my point. Now, I'll tell you something, Yahi, yeah? Before all of this, my content, right, it was a bit wishy-washy and it was couple gold stuff, right. With my wife, I don't know if you've seen, right? That's clear.
You had 2 wives or something like this, right?
Yeah. I still do have 2 wives, but yeah.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. So where was I? Oh, about the £300,000. So we set up a fundraiser to raise about £20,000.
Right.
This was in the August the 7th, 2017.
Right.
Right. So from there, we set up a target of £20,000. Me and my wife, we intended to go to help out refugees in the border of Bangladesh, Rohingya refugees.
Right.
Because as far as we saw on the media, as far as I saw on the media, all of this, you know, it's all sort of like initiated by me. I saw on the media that a lot of people, they concentrate on Syria, giving aid to Syria and so on. You know, it's a hype. People, you know, online, they tend to act like sheep, as offensive as it may sound. And, you know, that's how people work. Now they see everyone going towards something, everyone goes towards something. I thought, let me help these forgotten people out, the Rohingya refugees. Because I saw an Amnesty report. I look into these things. In general knowledge, you know, I'm quite well aware. So I saw that these are the most persecuted people on the planet, according to Amnesty. So I thought, let me go help them out. Let me go search them out. Because I come from Bangladesh anyway. There's 400,000 refugees in Bangladesh as it stands. So let me go help them out. So I went with the target of 20,000. I thought, you know what, my family can also help me out. I've got 2 children at the time. One of them is Abdullah. He's 3 years old. And Yahya, he is 2 years old at the time. So we took, which one did we take? We took the younger one. We took Yahya with us. And we left Abdullah with my in-laws for 2 weeks. So we intended to go for 2 weeks, help out, do some distributions of rice, oil, basic necessities, tents, shelter, stuff like that. Yeah. So as we were there, a genocide broke out, which wasn't expected. Nobody expected, right? So I see all these Channel 4, Sky News, Daily Mail, The Sun reporters flying in like mad. I'm like, what's going on? So then I see like there's hundreds of thousands of people coming over the border into Bangladesh, and they're all like, you know, bleeding, chopped up, burnt, injured, elderly, and mostly women, really, because the men, they tried to burn them and kill them. They just tried to kill them off. The army of Myanmar. So at that moment in time, the donations, they blew up, right? They went to £300,000 from being the target. Right. The target being set to 20K, it went to £300,000, right? So now all this money coming into a private account, NatWest, my NatWest account, right? So all that money came in. I went to the bank in Bangladesh. I said to him, I want to withdraw all this money because I want to help these people. Yeah, there's a genocide going on. Yes, stop waffling and get to the point.
Go on, carry on. I want to hear, because this is the first time I'm hearing this story.
Yeah. So I went to the bank to withdraw the funds they said, "Are you a registered charity?" I said, "No, I didn't expect this." I explained to them what crowdfunding is, because the concept doesn't exist in Bangladesh at all. They don't know what crowdfunding is.
Right.
So I said to the Bangladeshi banks, I tried all the banks, all the different banks, BRAC, I don't know what other names they were, I forgot. BRAC Bank is one that I know. I know where in Stepney you live. Yeah, so what? What are you going to do about it, sister or brother, whoever you are?
Carry on.
Right, so yeah, I went to withdraw the money. They said you can't withdraw it unless you're a registered charity. So I looked into registering a charity in Bangladesh, and you can check it out for yourself. The process takes about 2 years. So I would have had to wait 2 years to pull out the money. So I spoke to another brother who runs a charity. I came across him on Instagram, right? Because I had a huge platform, 700,000 followers. Abdullah had a following of 500,000. So this brother, he owns a charity called Poriborton Chai. This means that we want change. Yeah, in Bengali, it means we want change, meaning it's an environmental charity. He said, oh, you know, to register a charity is a headache, yahi. It took me years. And if you want to get it done sooner, you can, but it's going to take at least 6 months. Right? And you're going to have to pull off a lot of bribes. I said, I got my kid with me. You know, it's been over 2 weeks. I'm supposed to be back in the UK, yeah? But there's a genocide going on. So I told my in-laws, you know, continue looking after my kid. I'm going to come back as soon as I can. Let me try and help these people out as much as I can, because they're flooding in like mad. So I tried to register the charity. I met with an old man in Hobbygonj, in an area called Hobbygonj. He helps register charities. I spoke to him. He said, it's going to take a while, man. You're better off taking your chances in the UK. So in the UK, we contacted a guy who is known by Mike. I think if you type in register charity on Google, yeah, one of the first links that comes up is a guy called Mike. He helps people register charities, all right? He's an agent.
Right.
It costs about £800, and you have to write up your own, you know, policies of how you're going to run the charity, trustees, and, you know, why you feel that you can create a new charity, because there are already charities that exist, right? So, yeah, he was helping us with that, but it's a long process. During that time, you know, my wife, she's so during that time.
One second, Hassanaat. Guys, there's a few questions coming up. If you want, I will ask these questions for you, but put them in the question box, because I will not remember them all. So if you have questions that want answered, put them in that question box down there. And we can, seeing as the brothers on the live, we can ask. Carry on.
Okay, so I was at so during this time, it's been over 2 weeks. We've left our son, so he's always like, "Mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy." He's very attached to us. And at the time, he's still being breastfed, by the way, right? He's just being weaned off breast milk. So yeah, so he's like, "My mommy, daddy, daddy." So my in-laws, they're like, "You have to come and take your son, or you guys have to come back." I said, "All right, I'm going to come back for 1 day." And then, seeing as though Bangladesh is not allowing me to withdraw money, I'm going to withdraw some money from NatWest, and I'm allowed to travel with 10K. You're allowed to travel with 10K per person, yeah?
Right.
So I came back. I went to NatWest in Stratford, yeah? And I said, "Look, I'm going back today. Yeah, I just came for the day to collect my son, and I'm heading right back. There's a genocide going on. I don't know if you know, but I need to withdraw £10,000. They said, "We don't have 10,000, right?" So they gave me 4,000. That's the maximum they had available for me to withdraw. I took that back. We spent it. Now, in addition to that, money is not a thing that's, you know, hard for us to attain, right? At the time, we were doing ruqya. We had clients from all over the world, and we were earning about £1,000 a day, right? So in reality, £300,000 is no more than, you know, near enough 1 year's work for us, all right? We've got multiple sources of income. We don't really need.
Where does it all go wrong? Fast forward to the part where it goes wrong, where the money
disappears or whatever. You know what it is? All of this detail is important. So I'll only be a few more minutes, but I'll tell you, inshallah. Yeah?
Oh, sure. Bismillah.
So I took my son back, right? And it's bloody baking. So my wife, she's breastfeeding both children. We're trying to help out the Rohingya refugees, and they're not allowing us to withdraw the money. So we spent that 4,000 as well. And then I said to my relatives, "You know what, guys? The banks are not allowing withdrawal, and we're in the process of registering charity in the UK. All of you guys pull out your savings." So my aunt, she pulled out about £8,000 of all her savings. Her husband works in Saudi Arabia for the past 20, 30 years, right? He earns about £500 a month only. So I made her spend £8,000 of her savings. I made my cousin spend about £4,000 of his savings. All of this is in Bangladeshi currency, by the way. My grandma, my granddad, all of them. I said, you know what? Spend all your savings. 300k came in. I'm going to reimburse you guys. Yeah, because these people need help immediately. They were like, of course, we understand. My cousin, he had his exams coming up for his masters. He missed it. He said, forget that. There's people dying, mate. Yeah, people are burning. So all my family put all their effort, energy, blood, still sweat, tears, everything into it, including my wife. At the time, Abdullah, you know, she done a lot of hard work, and whilst looking after my two children. Yeah.
And are you still with Abdullah, by the way?
I am still married to her. However, we're going to be separating officially, inshallah. But that's something that I'm discussing with her brother.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So that's going to happen in time, inshallah. Anyway, regardless. Sorry, Yahi. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to remember where I was. Can you
were saying that you asked your aunt to take out some money.
Yeah, my aunt, all my relatives. So they took out money. I told them I'm going to reimburse you guys, right?
Right.
And also I spent all the cash that I took back home, right? My granddad, he wanted to get his teeth all things.
What's your name again, Akhi? Sorry, I forgot your name.
You can call me Hassanaat or Abu Hanifa.
Where does it go wrong? What's the issue people have with you? Where does it go wrong?
It's coming up in about a minute.
Okay, go.
So we spent all that money. We spent our own money. Now, after 3 months of staying there instead of 2 weeks, right? After 3 months, we're tired. We're fed up. We came back to the UK to complete registering the charity and get the trustees on board. Then we were renting an apartment in Chris Street. The rent was 1,436. I remember. Yeah. Now we don't have any money left, so we thought, okay, we need to reimburse ourselves. So from the money that was in the NatWest, we reimbursed ourselves by paying the rent for that month.
With the charity money.
Reimbursing ourselves what we spent, because we spent our money. Do you understand?
I don't get it. Explain it to me. I don't get it.
Let me explain. So bank, one sec. Get my charger, please, if you don't mind. Right. So £300,000 came in. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, when I told my aunt to spend that money is to be spent because there is an immediate need for help.
Right.
For those who are suffering from the genocide, right? Not for it to be given, it's to be counted as, for example, Qarda Hasana. Yeah? She's going to be reimbursed from that fund. Do you understand?
So is it like a salary? Am I correct in saying it's almost like a salary?
No, not at all. Not at all. My battery's about to die. Let me just grab my charger, yeah?
Yeah, put your charger on now. You see some of these questions.
Yeah, you catch up on the questions, Yahi.
Yeah, there's loads of questions here. But
there must be.
I want you to finish before I get to them. Finish your story first before I get to the question.
All right, that's fine. There is no salary. Nobody is taking salary at all.
Right.
Not one penny. All right. If anything, my aunt is spending £8,000 on the Rohingya refugees in buying oil, tents, mosquito nets.
You're saying that she spent from her money first and then you reimbursed like that afterwards. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. The intention was to reimburse because the banks are not allowing direct withdrawal.
So why do the people say then that there's proof? Because I don't know Muhammad Hijab, but I know of him. And I know from what I understand, he's a reliable brother, right? I don't know anything about him other than I believe he's a reliable brother. So if Muhammad Hijab takes a stance... I would agree
that he may have good intentions.
Hold on, Hassanaat. If Muhammad Hijab takes a stance, I would assume it's because he's coming from a position of knowledge of some sort. So what do you say to that?
That's your assumption, Yahi. However, from personal experience...
tell me, because I don't know nothing about this. Tell me.
So from personal experience, I'll tell you, he didn't even verify the situation for him to say. Do you know what he said? He claimed, right? He claimed out loud and proud, you're finished, shouting at a camera to express his manhood and his masculinity. Great, Hassanaat's finished. Now,
hold on, let me stop you. If we're going to speak about someone else who's not here, we're going to have to refine our speech so we don't fall into backbiting.
That's fine. I appreciate that.
You can disagree, but I just don't want to go like, don't take it too far.
Not backbiting. Yep, that's fine.
Carry on.
That's fine. Jazakallah khair. Now, Hijab said that Hassanaat, he made it clear in accusing me of stealing £300,000. Then he said, you bought 3 apartments with it. Right?
Right. Okay.
Now, I want to know if Hijab is willing to come forward and stand up with this claim, right, when I can show clear evidence of the tenancy agreements, the rental agreement for that time, for the 2 apartments that I had. I never bought an apartment in my life, let alone buy it with charity money. Right? I have more than enough money to buy it for myself if I wanted to. Right? Alhamdulillah. Now, I don't need to use charity money for that. And that would be stupid for me to do because all of that is on record. Firstly, all
why
of that
would
is on
Muhammad
record.
Hijab say something like that then?
Because Muhammad Hijab,
what's his motive?
I can't speak for Hijab himself.
Right.
I can't speak for Hijab himself. As far as I know, and from what I've been told by brothers who were close to him, I was approached about 2 months ago by brothers who were close to Hijab. Well, they claim they were close to Hijab, and they were close to Ali. Now, they said, I was there when this scandal came out, and all
Samuel,
they were...
it's a public account, Samuel. It's a public account. Yeah, tfaddal, akhi, my apologies.
That's all right, ya akhi. So, these brothers... Yeah, so these brothers, they claimed that they were close to Hijab and Ali, and that they left their company because of one of the reasons being how they chased this whole scandal, as if they were just talking about how to gain the maximum viewership. This was what it was all about. Now, Ali, he's been chasing me for the past few years, trying to get a collaboration with me.
Who's Ali?
Ali Dawa.
All right, okay. Yeah, Ali Dawa. Heard of him as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Hijab jumped onto this, in an angry way. Now, my point is, if this was such a huge matter, why did none of the scholars, no credible scholar, get involved? Because simply because they don't know and they can't verify. Now, Hijab spearheaded this in saying, he did this, he did that, I'm sure, and I have proof. Where is your proof that I stole money and I bought apartments in Canary Wharf with it?
So are you saying no proof has come out about this? Is that
no
correct?
Proof, yeah. No proof that I stole money, nor to substantiate the claim that I bought apartments. I've never bought an apartment in my life. You want to see my mom and dad's house? Wait, one sec.
No. We don't need to do that. So just to be clear again, so there's been no proof has come out. Just to repeat that point, you're saying there's no proof.
No proof.
People who are watching this, do you have proof? I've seen people mentioning this in the comments. If you have proof, send me a request and I'll bring you on the live.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you have proof, send me a request. I'll bring you on. You can take 3 people on the live with Instagram. Man. Yes, sir.
Kuffar Slayer, he goes, you aren't worth the time of a scholar, man. Shut up. Now, if somebody has a following of 700,000 people and it's alleged that he stole £300,000, I believe that a scholar should get involved and say something or find out or seek to verify. Now, if the scholar can't verify, he wouldn't get involved or he wouldn't make claims like, yeah, he stole that money if he hasn't got proof for it. That's what a scholar would do. Because upon you, is that if you make a claim, you know that the burden of proof is upon you.
That's true. That's true.
To prove that, your claim is true.
That's true.
Hijab, where is the proof that I stole and I bought apartments? Do you know what? Let's forget about buying apartments with charity. Is there any proof that anyone can pull out? Anyone that I have ever bought an apartment in my life?
Okay, to answer that question, to those who are watching the live, if you have your proof, send me a request. I'll bring you on now. I don't know nothing about this, by the way. I don't even know how we got into this conversation.
I know. I just saw you come on live.
You
I thought, hold on, the Red Mahdi. I saw a post by him yesterday. I thought, let me just check.
Well, someone sent me a request. Someone just sent me a request. I'm gonna bring this brother on now.
All right, that's fine.
Modogram, I think your name is. I've just sent one of you a request. Yallah. Come on, Bismillah. Carry on, if they come on, they come on. If they don't, they don't.
All right, yeah. Now, that's where it came about from.
Oh yeah!
Take him off. This person always does this.
Oh yeah!
All right. Modogram, listen to me.
He's a bit excited.
Listen, young man. Okay, he's gone. Look, guys, look, and let's put this on pause for a second. I don't know this brother's story, so I'm not here to cast judgment. But there's a lot of you in the comments who have very strong opinions. So I'll say to you this. If you have your proof, come onto the live and let's talk. If you don't, be careful. I saw someone write just now, he's a munafiq. You know the seriousness of this statement. When you call someone munafiq, and this statement is not befitting on that individual, it comes right back around on top of you. So be careful. Be careful. And I'm saying, I'm sitting on the fence on this because I don't know this brother's story. He's telling me it.
When you don't know, you say
I don't get involved in other people's business. Yeah, I got too many things to be doing. But if you have proof, please come to the live. We'll bring you on. We'll talk, inshallah. Okay? Hafsa just sent a request. Yes, sir. Hafsa, I've just accepted your request. If you'd like to come on. Hafsa, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam,
Wa alaikum
sister.
salam.
Good evening, brother.
How are you doing, sister? You okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes. What would you like to add to the discussion, sister? Hafsa, what would you like to add? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello?
Hafsa.
Shall I mention?
No, she's gone.
After. Okay.
Okay, Akhi. Yeah. Carry on. Bismillah.
Yeah, so
let's get to the part where this money disappears. Like, how does that play out then?
this money doesn't disappear. I've been saying since the beginning when Hijab brought out the claim, I said it's frozen. It is frozen. It's with the Charity Commission. They're saying it's frozen.
Oh, okay. So
it's
you're saying that
because
charities still have this money?
Let me tell you what happened. So when we used it to reimburse ourselves, meaning to pay the rent, because we were dry. We came back to the country.
Right.
We're totally dry. So like, bloody hell, we've got to reimburse ourselves the money we spent because that is our haqq. That is our right.
Right.
Right? Is that
I
clear,
got you. Yeah, I got you.
Now, NatWest flagged that straight up as misuse of funds.
Right.
You understand? So police came, they arrested us, they interviewed us, they got clear answers. Now they concluded the matter. No further action in about a few hours.
Right.
Right. Now, Charity Commission took the Charity Commission opened their own inquiry and investigation. Right. So Charity Commission, they're like,
how long are they freezing this money for? When will it be released?
So let me tell you what happened. Chronology, yeah. 2017, August the 7th, yeah, we start the fundraiser. Around September, just before Qurbani, one day before Qurbani, in 2017, the genocide starts. Yeah. Now, we come back around either December, I think December or January, we came back, right?
Okay.
Now, we paid rent, I think January or February. Then the money got frozen in 2017. We made a video telling people the money is frozen, right?
Okay.
Now, a whole 1 year later, Muhammad Hijab comes and says, where's the money? I said it's frozen. You guys didn't watch it. You guys like to watch lovey-dovey stuff of a guy singing to his wife or kissing his wife or jumping around with his wife like a monkey, right? You have 1 million views. Now somebody comes and says something serious. Look, you guys donated £300,000. It's frozen, right? And then only 40,000 people watched it. We got about 60 comments. Nobody cares. Content that's interesting to people, content that moves their hearts. That's the kind of stuff that people like to watch. Now, nobody saw that video, even though I made it clear. 1 year before Hijab brought it up as a topic. Now,
and you say it's frozen. Is this verifiable? Like, can this be verified that it's frozen with the commission or whoever it is?
Yes. Now, the Charity Commission, what they say, I'll get onto it. They say there may have been mismanagement or misconduct. That's what their conclusion was.
What does that mean?
That means that they're saying there was £67,000, which they say we couldn't properly account for.
Right.
You understand?
And is that true?
No, I gave them a proper account of it. And
okay,
I was on the part where basically Charity Commission get involved. So the police, they dropped the case. Yeah. Charity Commission took it on. This guy called Sandeep Painch. Sandeep Painch, a Sikh fella from the Charity Commission. Right. He took it on board, right? The case. Now, he asked us a few questions. Now, my solicitor from Tucker Solicitors, Seamus Austin, he represented us for 2 years without taking a penny off us. He said, look, you're in a difficult situation. I know you to be a good man through another sister that works in the firm. Because I've been inside when I was 19. I went to prison for terrorism charges, right?
You serious? You went to prison?
Yeah, I was in Belmarsh for 14
And when
months.
did you come out? That's 2019, just the other day. When did you come out?
No. When I was 19, this was
when you were 19.
2011.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
2011. I went in for terrorism charges. I was only 19 years old. So I went in for 14 months, you know, and I got to know my solicitor as well. And they were Muslims. They were quite sincere. They helped me out, you know, in every way they could. They even gave me money, like, whilst I was in prison. Like, they paid for my food and stuff. Right. So I got really close to them. So they know me to be they assume, you know, they assume that I'm a sincere guy. I'm a sincere young man who wants to do good in life. Right.
And in the end, this money went where? So the commission have still got it.
I'm getting there, Akhil Kareem. So the money got frozen around 2018 February. The money got frozen.
Right.
So frozen all the way through to June. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your picture's frozen, but I can still hear you.
Your picture's frozen on my phone.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So so all the way through to 2019 June, when on the 15th of June 2019, I've got a really good memory, by the way. 15th of June.
Akhi, yeah. You're losing me with the details. Get to the point.
All right. Listen, I'm not waffling for no reason, okay? Now, Hijab, he made the claim at a time where the money was still frozen. Yeah?
Right.
Is that clear? Well,
yeah.
Now,
he made the video whilst the money was still frozen, correct?
And I told the people the money's frozen. People didn't believe me. I gave them the link to show that the money's frozen with the official Charity Commission website.
Right.
Now, it was frozen up until about 5 months ago when I was back in prison. Right? I was back in prison for a notification order breach for the terrorism charge. Now, they asked me, Charity Commission asked me, do you give us permission to distribute the funds? And I have that letter, and I'm getting it off Caroline Bayoud, who is my solicitor. Now,
right. You have a letter that says this, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, they asked me for permission. Can we distribute it through two trustworthy charities that are known and have a history of helping the Rohingya refugees?
Okay.
I said yes. I wrote from Belmarsh saying, yes, you have my permission to do that.
Right.
Now, they took that money and they spent it. Now, they concluded that all of the money, and they wrote it on their website, the money has now been forwarded onto two charities who are trustworthy and have a history of helping out the Rohingya refugees. And as for £67,000, it wasn't fully accounted for by the couple, and a lot of the details of which I don't fully remember. Yeah.
You know, people are not take that. The people on this chat are gonna cuss you for that.
Not that I care, Yahi. Wallah, I don't care. People can assume what they want. The truth is what it is.
So you're saying the 200,000 is now officially, it's on a website. It's been given to wherever people can search this up. They can look for this.
Yeah. I'll send you the link.
Okay, write it in the comments. Write it in the comments. You know, I'm looking at these comments and clearly, look, guys, I want to just have a quick chat with the audience. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know the brother's business because I try to exclude myself from other people's business. But there's a lot of you who seem to have a lot of info on this brother. You have an opinion, and I will just say to you this, okay? If there is proof, take it and put your opinion to the side. And if there's no proof, then may Allah disgrace the brother, okay? And I'm saying it to you whilst you're on the live, because I don't
may Allah disgrace the brother for what, Yahi?
I said if there's no proof and you're lying. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah,
If there's proof, then the audience watching this live right now, you need to put your emotions to the side. And I know this because I deal with this all the time. Okay, with my own lives, with my own topics that I talk about.
Yeah.
If there's proof, take your proof. And if there's not, then there isn't. I couldn't care less for it, to be honest with you. But if you're telling the truth, Akhi, then here you go. This is your opportunity. Put the link in. Let the people see the link. Write it in the
People
comments.
saw the link, Akhi. Listen, I mentioned this topic, every other day on my profile, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what I don't bring up myself. When people ask, I like to answer sometimes. And sometimes I say, you know what? Go check my profile out, man. Like, it's all over there. I answered it like 1,000,000 times. I'm not going to keep repeating myself like a parrot. I thought,
so it's on your profile then?
Yeah, it's on my profile, yeah, Akhi. It's all over. You know, all you have to do is a couple misuse of charity funds, charity commission.
So this, just to be clear, this link is clearly and openly available for the people to access. Correct?
Yes.
And they can find this on your profile.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Good. Excellent.
Now, anyway, Yahi, so what do you do, by the way? I just came across your profile yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, we talk about mainly relationships, to be honest with you. It's mainly
relationships.
Many relationships. But I have a question for you before we get there.
Go ahead.
Look, I want to know, how are you dealing with this? Because, you know, you did the rounds in the media. How are you dealing with this? How have you coped emotionally with this? Whether you're right or wrong. I still don't know you from Adam. We're having a discussion. You seem nice enough to me, but I've met plenty of nice people who turned out to be something entirely different. Right? So I want to know, how have you dealt with this emotionally? Because this is a big test. If you're in the right, if you're in the truth and you're speaking the truth, this is a big test. This is a big test. I want to know, how are you dealing with this? Questions, I'm coming to the questions, guys. Go.
Yeah. You know what? I remember? What I remember are a number of things, Prophet Sam, he mentioned, that I was only sent to perfect manners. Now, I remember Imam Shafi'i, when he used to find out that people were saying things about him or insulting him, right? His response was, send them a box of fruits. Thank you for giving me your good deeds. Thank you. You gave me something which is priceless, right? You wouldn't give someone £1,000, You wouldn't give someone £1,000, but you're going to give away your good deeds that you worked hard for. Sincerely, you prayed to Allah, you fasted the month of Ramadan. And after all of this, because you don't know a situation and you are commenting on it and you are risking your hereafter.
That's true.
Wallahi, it makes me filled with joy, thinking that some of these people who are very bitter, they lied against me, they lied against my family, they made my family's life difficult. Not mine, because alhamdulillah, I'm very strong mentally. Alhamdulillah, Allah has made me, that way.
Okay.
So, if anything,
that's how you deal with it then. That's how you deal with it.
I find it very easy. And if anything, when we get hate, right? Me and my family.
The guys are saying in the comments that the link's not working, by the way, or the link's not on your profile. That's what I'm saying in the comments right now.
The link isn't in my bio, but you'll find the videos on my profile, all my lives. They're like 4 hours long, 3 hours long, 8 hours long.
What's that, IGTV?
Yeah. IGTV, yeah.
Okay.
I've talked about this in detail quite a few times, Akhi.
All right. Well, I hear this. I've got loads of questions here, so I'm going to give you a couple.
Go for it, bro.
All right. This brother, Mudassir Iqbal, says, he confessed to being atheist whilst doing the ruqya. Why is he still showing himself as public figure?
You don't show yourself as a public figure. If you are a public figure, you are a public figure. Over 200,000 people view my posts. So whether I like it or not, I am a public figure. And with this influence that I have to either do good or something, that will benefit me in my dunya or my hereafter, or both, which is what I'm trying to do. I try and benefit myself in terms of my dunya as well as my hereafter through the influence that I have.
All right, bro. I don't know what to make. I'm just gonna go through these questions for the sake of the people.
Go for it.
Okay. These are some tough ones, bro. A charity issue is not the issue. The video of him and co-wives clubbing, drinking, and being atheist is. The same, brother.
I've never drank in my life.
Okay.
Like I said, I didn't have a jahiliyyah as such in my teenagers. None of my family members, none of them, they smoke. None of my brothers, none of my uncles. I've never tried weed in my life, despite my friends always saying when I was young, like, yo, try it out, man, try it out.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
What they say, your co-wife's clubbing. What's that all about? What are they talking
What's
about?
a co-wife? What? I don't have a co-wife. I'm
a man. The
man.
video of him and his co-wives clubbing, drinking, and being atheist.
Well, yeah, so I did not drink. But like I said, I had a weak phase in my life, right, where I went to worse than clubbing. So, you know, I've never been in that kind of atmosphere. So whilst I was at a stage where I considered myself to be an agnostic.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know what they say, there's no smoke without fire. Often is the case.
Of course.
What are these people saying about your co-wives in a club specifically? What are they talking about?
Not co-wives. They can't be my co-wives. We have to understand the definition of what a co-wife means.
Okay, wife, whatever they're referring to. Let's not get hung up on the terms. Wife.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Now, yeah, I mean, whatever's happened in my private life, in terms of me being in a club, that's myself. Now, even if tomorrow I go to a club, that's between me and Allah. Now, if somebody finds out and they want to spread it, that's upon them. If today I commit a sin, or if tomorrow I commit a sin, whatever the sin may be, that would be between me and Allah. If somebody's trying to hide it, it's not upon you to bring it out to the public. You understand?
I understand.
You know, especially, I mean, I would understand if somebody's portraying themselves as the ideal Muslim. Follow me, be like me, and then, you know, go and clubbing. Right.
What do you talk about on your Instagram right now? What's your platform? What do you deal with? What's your niche?
So my platform, right? There's so many things that I do, Yahi. So firstly, I mean, well, today it's at 8 o'clock. Usually, I just go through manners in general, right? You know, teaching people birrul walidain. That's been my aim. So my aim is whatever aspects of my faith and religion I practice and act upon, I want to preach that, right, and spread the khair, and I want to build up good deeds for my hereafter. So
can I give you my opinion now? Can I give you my opinion? Look, I know that the hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, minni walau kan ayah. Yeah. Share from me, even if it's only an ayah.
Yes, yes.
But the problem that you face right now, is if you're continuing to preach from an Islamic viewpoint, with all of the history that you have, especially with having left the deen, can you see how much of a problematic position this puts you in the eyes of the people?
Yeah, some people, of course. So it's not just the case that...
What's your motive? Are you passionate about it? What's your motive? Why do you do it?
Passionate about what?
As in the topics that you speak about on your profile. What's your motivating force?
Okay, so firstly, I'm a businessman, right? I want to benefit in terms of... I want to benefit financially off my presence on social media. That's not a secret. That's never been a secret, right?
Tell me more.
I come from a poor family. I run multiple businesses, and I'm someone who is good at picking out people's talents, or picking out or making links with people, right? And being able to benefit from them, you know, in some way in terms of dunya, and also being able to offer them some sort of job benefit. So I use this platform to socialize with people. In addition to that, there's a lot of people from the past who always sought my help when it came to ruqya, or when it came to, you know, their personal issues or marriage issues, right? Now, these same people, they still keep in contact with me through these platforms. And my wife, she's a counselor. She's qualified. So, you know, she deals with a lot of those messages and stuff like that. Yes, come in. Good day.
So are you still doing ruqya?
Yeah, sometimes I do ruqya, yes, because there's thousands of people there's thousands of people. So tell me,
how does that work? And how people obviously know that you went through a phase where you left the
deen.
How do they still feel comfortable to you coming for ruqya?
Because those people who genuinely had help from me for over the past 11 years. I've been doing ruqya for 11 years, since I was 17. Right? Those people who know me and have been with me and have gotten help from me, they know that I'm sincere in my ruqya, because with most people, they pay whatever's reasonable and easy for them, right? And a lot of the people, they have ruqya for free. Now, I personally don't do the ruqya. There are brothers who I employ, they do the ruqya, because I've been doing ruqya for 11 years. It's something that I find very hard in terms of, physically, like reciting, hour upon hour. It's very hard for me now.
But how, to answer the question, how does it what process with you, knowing that people know that not too long ago you left the deen? Alhamdulillah, from what you're telling us, you've come back. Alhamdulillah. I'm not here to judge you, yeah? So with that, how do people still approach you knowing that you've got this history, that you just recently, not too long ago, left the deen and you come back, but they still feel comfortable coming to you? Explain that to me, because this is fascinating to me.
It's fascinating to me as well. But I guess word of mouth can weigh more than what you see on social media. So if someone personally tells you that, you know what, so-and-so is good, I had personal experience with him, and he's genuine and he's sincere. Now, most of the raqis that people go to, and I know from being in this field for 11 years, most of the raqis, they have a habit of bringing people back and forth, saying, oh, you know what, you need more sessions, you need more sessions, you need more sessions, spend some more, spend some more, spend some more, right? They bring them back for sessions. What I used to do, what I had the habit of doing, always I tell people, the first thing I say, you know what, practice self-ruqya. I'll give you the tools to help yourself. Now, upon you is to practice tawakkul to its utmost limit,
right, to
the best of your ability. Now, a complete form of tawakkul is for you to do ruqya upon yourself. That's what's recommended, because Prophet ﷺ, he said 70,000 of my ummah, they will go to Jannah without any hisab, and there are those who do not ask for ruqya. Okay, so as a complete form of tawakkul in Allah, it is that you do not ask for ruqya. Yeah, it's permissible for you to ask for ruqya. Right. But what I tend to do, I tell people, you know what, I'll give you the tools, I'll tell you how to do ruqya, because the Quran that I recite, it's the same Quran that you recite. Now, if you concentrate fully and have faith in what you recite, have firm faith in what you recite, and have firm belief that these words of Allah, they will have a healing effect upon you. It will have the same effect, if not more. If not more, it will have the same effect as when I recite. Because if anything, I deal with a lot of people. I may not concentrate fully while I'm reciting. I've got a lot of commitments, right? But if you recite upon yourself, you know your condition better. Allah knows your condition, and you know your condition best. So when you recite and when you ask Allah, it will be more sincere than when I do. So I encourage people to do self-ruqya, and a lot of the people
to answer my question, how does it sit with you? You know what you've been through, just not too long. To then go back into a field which is not only an Islamic field, it's a very emotional field for Muslims. This is a very emotional field. Surely it would be wiser to stay away from such an emotional field.
That's from your perspective. So I'll give you my perspective, inshallah.
Mm-hmm.
So from myself, you're making this statement, if I'm correct, with the assumption that I'm doing ruqya all the time, or I'm doing ruqya regularly.
I don't know. I mean, is that your main living? Is that
no?
Is it a regular thing?
Ruqya, ruqya doesn't even touch. Although ruqya can bring me, £1,000 a day, £500 a day. It shouldn't just be about the money. Although a part of it is, it's a halal way of earning. But ruqya, in terms of its scale and in terms of the profit, it's nowhere near as good as what I'm pursuing in terms of a business, which is due to go really big. And I've got huge celebrity endorsements, including, I won't mention it. I'll keep it as a secret until it comes out, inshallah. So I'm looking at a business on the scale of, earning about £3 million each year. Yeah, so
kill you with ayn in the comments.
May Allah bless me, and may Allah protect us from al-ayn. Yeah. So I hope that it goes really well. And ruqya is just something that I kept on the side, because I know that a lot of raqis, they're not genuine, from my experience of being there 11 years, right? And a lot of that raqis, knowing fully well that a person has schizophrenia or bipolar or disorder, they still diagnose him with sihr, jinn, things like that. So I always had a habit, and it's on our website as well, Hassanaat ruqya. I always said to the people, whenever you have sessions with us, wallahi, please voice record it for your own reference, so that you can check and verify with shuyukh whether what we're saying is true, whether what I'm saying is true. Because I stick to the foundations. I don't delve into ambiguous matters when it comes to ruqya. I keep it simple and straight, right? You recite the Quran as the Prophet ﷺ would, as the Sahaba would, with the intention of healing the person. And then you'd give them the tools to do the same thing, right? The Quran that you're reciting, they can also recite. Now, where it's a complicated case, I would tell them, all right, I'm going to assist you to the best of my ability. Yet, I want to give you the tools to help yourself so that you can help yourself. You don't need to waste your money. You don't need to be exploited by anyone. And self-ruqya is the best form of ruqya. And on top of that, I hardly do ruqya myself. Most of the ruqya sessions, they're either taken by my brother or one of the raqis. My brother.
Akhi, look, what I'm going to do is, bro, because I'm so out of my depth, because I don't know your story. So I'm just going to give you a couple of questions that have been put up.
Go for it, bro.
Because this is more for the benefit of the audience than for myself. So let's do this. Bismillah.
I doubt the audience will have much faida from this conversation.
Well, you know what? Let them think what they want to think, but I'll ask the question regardless. Okay?
Yeah, I'll consider a conversation between me and yourself. But regardless, yeah, you can ask.
Yeah. So, okay, Sharuf said, which charity have released the funds?
Charity Commission have released the funds to two trustworthy charities whose names I do not know of but can get hold of.
Okay, so it's called the Charity Commission that have released these funds.
The Charity Commission are the official. Yeah, the Charity Commission are the official regulators of the UK charities. So any charity that is registered, they have to be registered with them.
Okay, good. Right, I'm going to give you a next one. Right.
You know what? Bring that again. Please. Huh? Yeah, but still under, please.
Okay, somebody asked where's your second wife now? Somebody asked this question.
Where are you living now? And where's your wife? And where's your mother? Don't you think that's a bit intrusive? Where's your second wife?
Yeah, that is a bit intrusive. All right. Your wife admitted you knew black magic. Your wives were crying because of the things you have done.
Sorry, what was that?
Your wife admitted you knew black magic. Your wives were crying because of the things you have done.
Look at how far this goes, yeah.